Well, in this edition of Raiders Sports Block, we bring you some exciting action with both boys and girls soccer kicking off here at Sprague Field. We start first with the boys. After being shut out by Weymouth in their first ever home night game at Babson, we're now back on the Raiders' home turf on Thursday. At 2-2, Wellesley would look to get back on track as a struggling Milton team would be coming in at the perfect time. Wildcats jump out to an early 1-0 lead here in the first, but Raiders quickly respond and tie things up on a Matthew Russell score. Later, freshman Nicholas Kolb does a great job here helping out goalie Jeff Gilbert, making the defensive stop to secure this 1-1 tie going into the second half. Wellesley picks up the offensive tempo even more in the final period as William Corkill gets bumped. No call, but the ricochet goes right to Matthew Denary for the easy putback. And after being down by a goal, Raiders score 2 to take the lead for the first time, 2-1. On a Wellesley corner, William Corkill behind yet another score here as Matthew Russell feeds it back to Corkill, who kicks it, and Sean Igo lays in the header. And now Wellesley has an even bigger lead here. It's a 3-1 advantage over Milton. Wildcats try to quickly cut into this deficit on this shot, but just a really great effort by Jeff Gilbert. It's a stop to that for sure. Just a solid 80 minutes here by Wellesley as Raiders found themselves down early, made the needed adjustments, and controlled the game the rest of the way. Wellesley wins it by the final 3-1. So we stay here with soccer, but fast forward to Saturday morning, where the girls would have another non-conference matchup, but with a very unfamiliar opponent in the Drake Middies. Here in the Raiders huddle, if the words on Coach Walsh's shirt, "Turn up the energy," was meant to be a motivating factor for this team, well, it definitely resonated with these players, as the energy on the field by this Raiders offense was there from the very start, with the ball staying mostly on their own offensive side of the turf. And though it's still a scoreless game here in the opening half, Wellesley continues to test Drake's goalie, Rebecca Fisher, early and often. Scary play here as Captain Lucy Acuna defends the ball with the header, but momentum pushes her down as Olivia Pantano's knee goes up. Acuna, still dazed, has to go to the bench. But just a few minutes later, guess who's trying to lay in Julia Francis's corner kick? Lucy Acuna. I'd say you definitely can't question the leadership and toughness of this team. Still knotted at 0 and halfway through this final period, it's Drake who scores first when Kayla Gooch just outruns Katie Walsh enough, and Katie Hawkinson is forced to come far out into the crease to defend. Kayla Gooch kicks it in for the open net score, and for now, Middies hold a 1-goal advantage, with Drake putting in their freshman goalie Brooke Bormister, and she's still making great saves. It creates a challenge even more so for the Raiders, but there's no chance they're giving up. With only about a minute left to this game, Drake still leading 1-0, the Middies are penalized for something that should never happen in high school sports. There's playing defense, and then there's this. Rachel Santos gets beat on the ball and grabs Katie Walsh's ponytail. But she'll have a lot of time to think about that, as her actions result in a red card, immediate ejection, and will be out the next Drake game as well. Thankfully, Katie Walsh is okay as play resumes. The penalty kick gets rejected, but the ball goes right back to Allison Witt. Witt kicks it toward Lauren McCoo. The ball bounces too far past, but Julia Francis out of nowhere collects the ball and sinks it corner net for the game-tying score. Drake was so close to a 1-goal victory, but Wellesley took advantage of a costly Middies penalty, and Julia Francis's goal would prove to be clutch in the end. After seeing a ton of shots get denied by 2 of Drake's goalies, Raiders kept up that energy and come away with a hard-earned 1-1 tie on Saturday. Wellesley goes to 1-4-2 on the season. Well, that does it for this week's episode of Raiders Sports Block, with plenty more to come. Wellesley Media gets you the coverage you need to catch up on all Raiders sports. As more games and highlights come your way, make sure to check us out on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube channel at Wellesley Public Media, and right here on Comcast 9 and Verizon 39.